October 2022. An empty highway in America. Two friends, Chandrakant and Amit, were returning home on their motorcycle, but this return was no ordinary journey. The night was getting dark. The highway was almost empty, only the sound of motorcycles and a strange silence all around. 12:15 a.m. Suddenly, the red-blue lights of a police patrol car slowly pulled up next to them. Chandrakant and Amit, residents of a small town in Texas, their friendship goes back a long way. Growing up together, moving together. Chandrakant has just finished his studies and is worried about his future, and Amit, even though he is younger than him, he is in a much greater hurry. February 23rd, Amit's girlfriend's birthday. He wanted to meet her no matter what. The distance was long. The time was short. Still, they decided to go in one day and return. 5:30 a.m. Cold fog motorcycle starts and their long journey begins. Hours of riding, the road is changing, the scenery is changing, but they didn't stop because they had one goal. Around 6 p.m. they reached near Austin City. Amit went to meet his girlfriend. That moment was very special after a long time. Chandrakant was sitting alone in a park. Waiting time was passing slowly and night had begun to fall. 8:30 p.m. Amit came back. But he had a rush on his face because a phone call was going to change everything. A phone call from Amita's office. The work has to be finished before 9 a.m. the next day. And then they said they would return tonight. 9 p.m. The road is shrouded in darkness. The two friends get back on their motorcycles and their journey back begins. On the way, they stopped at a roadside food stall while eating. A truck driver was watching them. Suddenly, he came closer and said, "Don't go this way at night." There was a strange fear in his voice that shouldn't have been ignored. But they didn't listen to that. The pressure of time pushed them forward. Again, the police stopped them. This time, the situation was not the same as before. The police wanted to say something, but stopped and just let them go into an unusual silence. Around 2 a.m., they arrived at a secluded place. There was a police barricade in front, and a few people were standing guard, as if something very unusual was happening. The police said, "Don't go forward, there's trouble in the forest," but they didn't pay attention to this warning because they were only in a hurry to get home. After going a little further, the sky suddenly darkened, then it started to rain, and gradually the road became more dangerous. As they went a little further, a few people suddenly stopped them, sticks in their hands, terror in their eyes. One of them came forward and asked, "Where are you coming from this night?" Chandrakant replied, "We are both returning home." The men looked at each other. Then one of them said slowly, "You mean two? You are alone." Chandrakant looked back at Amit, who had been sitting behind him a moment ago. The realization that he was no longer there made his body cold. Just then a car came from behind and stopped. People suddenly became more panicked because this same car had come from the other direction a while ago and they knew something was wrong here. The car door opened and Amit got down from there. He said in a normal voice that I had separated a long time ago. "You went ahead alone." Chandrakant became calm then. Who was with him all this time? Before they knew it, they set off again. This time the road entered the forest. It was dark all around and a strange silence surrounded them. Suddenly the motorcycle stopped. The engine wouldn't start again. There was only darkness and silence around. Something seemed to be moving. They started pushing the bike, but Chandrakant felt as if someone was pulling the bike forward or backward. Then in the distance, they saw a woman in white dragging something on the ground, slowly, unusually. The woman stopped, started digging in the ground, then pulled out the skeleton of a small child, took it in her arms, and began to cry. Chandrakant and Amit both stood still, neither running, neither screaming, just staring at a nightmare. Suddenly they started running, not daring to look back because they knew that if they looked back, they might not be able to return. As the dawn broke, they finally reached home, but the fear of that night still lingered in their eyes. Later, they learned that a few years ago, a woman committed suicide in this forest after seeing her husband and child dead, and even today she searches for her child. But the biggest question remains to this day. Was it really Amit with whom Chandrakant had traveled so far that night?